Okay, how many of you guys were homeschooled? I was homeschooled too. And let me just say, that was a great experience for me, and I had a lot of fun doing it. And because of that, I decided to do my speech on homeschooling. And so I decided to look into it, partially, well, because of that, and then also because of how big it's growing in size. And I feel like people need to learn about, like, kind of the truth about homeschooling, rather than kind of just believing like all these myths and kind of like from what they see. So what I'm going to talk about today is its growth, the education, and their social lives. Homeschooling has increased a huge amount in the past few years. Well, not just the past few years. According to Jane Ripperberger Solher, who's a doctor in psychiatry, 1.77 million people were homeschooled in 2011. And yeah, that's a lot of people. And this was evenly spread K through 12. And then also the level for the parents was evenly spread, where some didn't graduate or didn't go to high school and some were teachers previously. Another huge reason why homeschooling has grown a lot is because of religious reasons. This is because it used to be like mainly religion was the big purpose for homeschooling. But now people are finding more and more reasons for homeschooling, such as bullying, academics at school, disabilities, maybe they want more family time, and stuff like that. And so because of this, people are homeschooling more and more. Secondly, according to Michael Wickers, who's a writer, education is a huge part of homeschooling. And this is because when you're homeschooled, you get more one-on-one attention, and this really helps your academics. And this can really help kids who are homeschooled, which is another reason why people are being homeschooled more. And this can encourage them to achieve at a higher level, and but one thing that we do need to remember is that they still need support and resources and commitment in order to succeed. Lastly is relationships. Many people don't understand the relationship or social life of a homeschooler, and homeschoolers do have a huge social life. It's just not at school. According to Michael A. Tremanowski, who's a professor of education, homeschoolers just have different ways of socializing, such as hanging out with friends or events or clubs like sports, 4-H, scouts, things like that. Another thing that homeschoolers do is they might do a thing called co-op, where a group of homeschoolers get together and they might do classes together, like some around once a week. And this helps the kids with socializing, and it also helps the parents, like encourages them and helps them know how to teach and what curriculums to use. Homeschooling also helps the kids with socializing because it can help them not just hang around with people of their own age, because they don't just have their own grade. And so homeschoolers hang around with people all the way from little kids to grandparents. And then it also helps with family relationships because they hang around each other so much. But although sometimes it can get in the way a little bit. In conclusion, homeschooling is not only growing, but it's different from what a lot of people think it is. And people need to know about homeschooling because of how big it's getting. And for me personally, I had a lot of fun being homeschooled, and it was a great experience.